Hi, my beautiful earth signs. Today we're going to do a reading just for the earth signs. I'm going to break it down. We'll do water, all that. But we're going to start with earth. And really, it's just what you need to know. Like right now, what do your guides want you to know um, about anything, about life, about love? So this is going to be for Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn. And I'll timestamp them for you. So we're going to go ahead and get into the reading. I'm going to put these aside and we're going to start with Taurus. And for Taurus, I'm going to use the Psychic Tarot. Everything is pre-shuffled, by the way. I feel like we should also do a Mother Mary card. So let's do that first. Mother Mary card, and we'll do it for each sign. So for Taurus, Taurus, and it can, you may have Taurus in, like the sun, moon, rising, in one of your houses. You know, you'll know, you'll know if the reading's for you or not. All right, let's give them a cut, and then we're gonna go ahead and open up this reading. The Mary for Taurus. Okay, that didn't take long. Sign everywhere, sign. Signs. I watch for, notice, and trust the signs that heaven continuously sends. Continuously sends. And I'm just emphasizing that because the signs don't stop. It's just that sometimes we're not in the right frame of mind to pick up on the signs. Now, if you feel like a sign came in but you're not sure, ask them to repeat the sign, make it bigger. I feel like if there's an important sign for you, if there's something that, your guides really want to get across, they're going to find a way. They're going to find a way. So, signs. All right, let me bring the lid down and let's go ahead and get into this. So, Taurus. Taurus, what your guides want you to know? Just regarding life, whether it be love, money, situations, whatever it may be. We're open to it all. All right. All right, we start with the Four of Cups. Well, it says it right on this card, discontentment and boredom. The Four of Cups is where I kind of checked out of life. I'm not really satisfied. Oh, I don't like how my screen just went dark. Okay, it's going by the cards. So there's some type of dissatisfaction with your current life. Something that's going on. The Four Cups, though, really is about using your spiritual discernment. And a lot of the tarot decks, you'll see that someone is being handed a cup in this energy. Some of the tarot decks, they're noticing that cup. Other ones, they're not noticing that cup. That may be why signs, again, is so important because when I think of a cup, I think of a cup of fulfillment, whatever it may be. Again, whether it be love, job promotion, anything like that. So, but we start off with, not the greatest energy, but it's the first card. So I feel like, especially with this next positive movement forward from 4 to an 8. Okay. We're going to take what's face up first, always. We have financial and material changes. Some of you aren't satisfied with your current, um, like where you work or your money factor. And I do feel like it's saying, first of all, I feel like there's probably an opportunity coming your way, but you need to be aware of it. It's like one of those type of opportunities where You know, well, I want to be paying attention. You know, when you look at a five, five speaks of change. Eight speaks of new beginnings, right? A new beginning and then a change within your financial status. Okay, well, let's keep going. We have spiritual strength. Spiritual strength mirroring that Four of Cups. And then, hello, Nine of Cups. Fulfillment of wishes. So, that cup that I was talking about in the Four of Cups, someone's receiving it. It's interesting too because you have two nines back to back, 99. That may mean something for someone. But one, it talks about spiritual strength. And I often feel like in this energy, it's like my guides are holding me up. You know what I mean? Like my guides are helping to pull me through this situation and potentially bring some type of positive change to the situation. Again, of what situation? There's discontentment and boredom within my life. So this is about reflection, and I often feel like we easily judge ourselves for for the mistakes that we've made or the things that we haven't done, but we don't give ourselves enough credit for the things that we have done, the things that we have overcome. In the Four of Cups, I'm kind of not really feeling it. You know what I mean? Like, I just feel kind of stuck in that energy. But your spiritual team is saying, you're not stuck. You're not stuck, my dear. You are not stuck. Matter of fact, again, that person in the Four of Cups who is going to be shown a cup, it's right here. Fulfillment of wishes. This talks about inner harmony. So for some of you, it's like, if you're with someone or you're in a job, there's something that is just doesn't feel right to you, doesn't feel good. And I feel like the only way that a change can happen is I have to understand that, right? I have to understand that it is my responsibility, like, if I'm discontent within my life, to start looking at new, like, what else can I be doing? What else is out there? If it's speaking of love, same thing. Someone's not respecting me in this energy, clearly. Um, but then positive movement forward follows that. So I feel like as soon as I have that awareness, as soon as this person says yes to that cup, I feel like things change. Okay, let's see what else we have. Patience and planning. Seven of Pentacles. Look at this material harvest. First of all, look at this block of Pentacles. Positive movement forward. That's the Eight of Pentacles. That speaks about being willing to go into the next chapter, let's say, or whatever's next, to go in as the apprentice and not fear going in as the apprentice. Because I feel like, it speaks about the energy of very quickly being able to absorb whatever knowledge that you need to gain. And the Seven of Pentacles below it, first of all, it says patience, right? So maybe I've had to have some patience. And then planning. So I feel like, one way to get out of this situation is put a plan in place. And then the Nine of Pentacles comes right next to it. Material harvest. Two nines, three nines. Spiritual strength, fulfillment of wishes, material harvest. And then conflict and defeat. Okay, but that's under spiritual strength. So I feel like, I feel like it's talking about like some obstacles and I definitely feel like this conflict and defeat is referring back to the Four of Cups, discontentment and boredom. It's almost like, it's almost like some type of tower moment happened. And I feel like maybe it's taking you a little while to overcome it, to move through it. But that's exactly what you need to do. You need to move through it, make the changes that I feel like your guides, again, like I feel like your guides are going to help you here because signs, everywhere a sign. Um, There's nothing better than fulfillment of wishes, the Nine of Cups, and then the Nine of Pentacles, material harvest. The Nine of Pentacles can speak about successful self-employment. So that may be an avenue that you may want to consider. And right above it, financial and material changes. So I feel like something happened that caused a change in your life. I don't really feel like you asked for it, but nonetheless, or if I'm at a job that I've been at and, I'm just, I don't know, dissatisfied, then what do I do about that? Can I start anew? Well, the Eight of Pentacles would say, absolutely, you can start anew. And then the Seven of Pentacles right below it makes me feel like one of your seeds, souls of intention is coming into fruition. So are you going to use it? Are you going to take advantage of it? And I mean that in a good way. Like, I'm going to take that sign, I'm going to understand it was a sign, and I'm going to follow it. Because I feel like where it's really leading you to is, it just feels like a different life. Feels like a different life. We have harmony. This is the lovers on the bottom of the deck. Truth underneath that, judgment. So the lovers is a head over heart decision. That's the meaning of the card. A head over heart decision. And I can see that here, especially with water opening up the reading. Needing to make a decision. Do I follow my heart or do I follow my head? Well, because you have so many pentacles, I feel like follow your heart, but use your logical mind at the same time. Again, the Eight of Pentacles is saying this may be something new that you're entering into, but it's like you already have the wisdom. And again, you may not even know it until like certain things are activated for you. Um, and I feel like, as it relates to love, some of you may have, suffered I feel like kind of like a blow there. Um, but does that mean that that is over? Well, let's go ahead and bring in the clarifiers, and we'll go ahead and use the Gilded Tarot. And let's go over this. So we have 3 9s, 2 5s, 2 changes. Anytime you see a 5, you want to just take a second and look at it. Like, okay, so what kind of change could it possibly be asking for? Well, the first 5 is talking about within your finances or your material world. The second 5 is talking about some type of conflict. And this conflict is like really, I feel like it's zapping you. It's like zapping your energy. But this is something you can overcome, especially with spiritual strength right above that. And I feel like as you overcome that, you start to feel your own spiritual strength. Taurus, I feel like this is a great energy if you are beginning a business and you wonder if you can have success. I feel like the answer, first of all, if you're willing to put the work in, I feel like the answer is yes, all day long. As it relates to love, I'm not quite as optimistic about. It doesn't mean it can't be, but I just feel like, there must have been some type of change with a partner that, because I feel like these 9s become singular energy, like this is me, and maybe just me. But look at the energy that just me can produce: fulfillment of wishes, inner harmony, loving one's life again, after the energy of being bored. You know what I mean? It's like here comes a sign that's going to help you move out of that energy, but you've got to accept it at the same time. You know, um, and then the Nine of Pentacles, a very independent type energy. I often feel in the Nine of Pentacles, one of the blessings of that is in that energy, I can take care of myself beyond all. And I feel like that's an important aspect for an earth sign. Like, if I can't take care of me, like if my own foundation isn't strong, then I feel like a sense of, I don't know if the word weakness is the right word. But I feel it's harder for me to make changes. Um, it's easier for me to fall in the type of energy that maybe isn't that great for me. But when I can stand on my own 2 feet, when I can take care of myself, when I can start finding that inner harmony, I feel like everything changes because what does that do? Well, first of all, it lifts your vibration. And if we think of the law of attraction, wherever your vibration is what's going to come back to you. That's probably why signs is so important here. All right. Well, hello, Ace of Cups. First of all, there is the cup that I feel the person in the Four Cups is being offered. This person has his back. Excuse me, I can't get comfortable in my chair. This person does have his back to this ace, right? So, but yet there it is at the same time. So close to signs from Mother Mary. Eight of Wands. Interesting. Eight of Wands over the Eight of Pentacles, two eights, 88. And then the Page of Pentacles. I feel like I feel like this is talking like equally about love and money, but let's talk about money again for a second. Because with the Page of Pentacles, it talks about everything you've learned during this journey. It can talk about one specific subject, or it can just talk about life, right? Like this is a path of knowledge with the Page of Pentacles. Um, so I feel like, if anything happened, like let's say I lost my job or I'm just so dissatisfied with my job and I really want to move out of it. I feel like that, I feel like the minute you say yes, I feel like everything starts happening for you. And again, I feel like this is talking about something that feels natural to you. And a lot of times we don't know that, like our interest is piqued, and we're like, oh, well, I'm gonna follow that, see where it takes me. I mean, that's how I got into tarot. My interest was piqued, I followed it, and years later now, here I am. So, creating one's own business, this is great energy for that. Not just creating it, but it's saying, putting the focus in. I don't want to say it's a guarantee that you're going to be successful, but it is a material harvest. And by the way, in the Nine of Pentacles, the person who benefits from this energy is you, especially if it's self-employment. You are the benefactor of your own hard work. But with the Page of Pentacles and the Seven of Pentacles, I just feel like, this is talking about something that, even if I'm in a difficult situation, I feel like as soon as I start moving towards the next chapter, the next adventure, what have you, I just feel like everything just starts to flow. All right, let's keep going. Let's see what's mirroring the Ace of Cups. I hope the person in the Four of Cups does turn around and sees that ace. All right, we have the Six of Cups. We have another nine, Nine of Wands now. Hello, Ace of Swords. Okay. So, I also feel like there could be the potential of someone reaching out to you. It's interesting because I feel like you know what I feel like, Taurus? I feel like you've been in a period of time when there's been like a lot of free will decisions, or maybe even some karmic lessons, and we want to learn from those karmic lessons, right? We want to be the one who can like end, what's the word I want to use? You know, what's the word I want to use? I don't know. I can't think of the word. Um, I want to say end cycles, but what I'm talking about is ending like um, let's just say difficult lessons. This could definitely be something that's carried from generation to generation, and that's what I'm talking about, like the ability to cut that. I want to say curse, but I don't know if I mean curse. Anyways, so I feel like that's happening. We have the Nine of Wands down here. Nine of Wands is about reflection. And it is about, you know, understanding through your trials and tribulations how strong that you've come. Every time you overcome a challenge, it's like congratulate yourself. You know what I mean? Because I feel like it's like, yes, I overcame that. Now I'm ready for the next. It's almost like an adventure, like I have an adventurous type of attitude now. We have the Six of Cups that is mirroring the Ace of Cups. Could certainly relate back to the Lovers, by the way, as a card of Gemini. I don't think I said that. Underneath it is Truth. That is your spiritual team. So I don't feel like they would lead you astray. You know what I mean? Some of you may be getting some type of communication from someone that you used to know or someone that you do know. But I do feel like this would be someone that you would have, happy memories of. Doesn't mean everything worked out. I'm seeing the six with the five and 11. Could be, I feel like either soulmate or like twin flame type of energy. So there may be lessons that we help each other with. But I do feel like there's going to be some type of communication. And it could be you communicating. But I feel like your spiritual team, what does judgment stand for? First of all, it's calling you to the present moment, much like Mother Mary, right? Like your signs come in the present moment. They're not in the past, they're not in the future. They come in the present moment. So having that awareness, right? Not turning my back to the world, even though I may feel like it. Understanding that there's still more options for me, and some of them might just blow my mind. You know what I mean? Because again, I feel like ultimately this reading is leaving you in a place of potentially real success and potentially real love. So, judgment to present moment. Why? Because there's going to be a rebirth. Well, the first clarifier is the Ace of Cups. So, we're not going to have a rebirth within boredom and discontentment, right? So the rebirth must be me realizing that and saying, no, I want to get back into life again. And, does things happen that quickly? Well, you have positive movement forward right next to it. With the Eight of Wands, when I think about, I bring about fast moving energy. I feel like four wands, which are your intention, are going out into the universe, and then that's what's going to meet you back. Some of you, I feel like, again, if it's relating to, and I feel like we're talking about both here, but I feel like as it's relating even to your money, someone may reach out and make some type of offer to you. It's almost like an offer you can't refuse. Don't be afraid. Don't be afraid to, I feel like because we're opening the reading with discontentment and boredom in my life, I can't be afraid when these changes start coming towards me, right? Because in a way, I kind of checked out of life, and I kind of have my back to the world. But yet, your spiritual team, is surrounding that energy. And so is the Ace of Cups, unconditional love. So, but I have to be proactive at the same time. All right, let's keep going. Well, hello, lovers. So now we have the lovers twice. But this time the lovers made it to the actual spread, coming over the Nine of Pentacles. I feel this all the time in a reading too. It's like We want great love in our life, right? But sometimes, especially us earth signs, I'm a Virgo, so I'm a fellow earth sign. Um, but us earth signs, like if again, I feel like until we find that independent nature within ourselves, it's hard for us to love. It's hard for us to trust. You know what I mean? Because I don't want someone to come in and just blow over my house again. So I need to make sure my house is strong, right? There's nothing wrong with feeding yourself first, so to speak. Um, if that makes sense. But I definitely feel like this is some type of community. I feel like it may be two different things. It could be a job opportunity, or it's something that's going to pique your interest. It's going to lead you to potentially your own business. And don't fear that. Again, you don't need to know everything. You'll learn as you go. And if it's like I'm in a current job, but I can't just afford to leave it, then put a plan in place, put your resumes out, or think about like the knowledge you already have and what you can do with that. It's almost like I start a side hustle until it takes off, and then that becomes my main source of income. So, anyways, the lovers. We have the Queen of Swords, can be a Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. She's sitting next to a Gemini. However, she's coming over conflict and defeat, so I have to say, I feel like she may not be. I feel like, this could be someone whose words are a little difficult. But what also comes out again is the Nine of Cups. Interesting. Nine of Cups, Nine of Cups. So, this conflict and defeat, can you overcome it? Well, it's showing that you can. I have a feeling I don't like to give anyone like a bad name, um, but I do feel like this queen could be someone who has a lot of drama, or pulls other people into her drama. I feel like it's something within her communication, and it feels difficult. I want to just take one more card over her. We have the Two of Wands, so I feel like bye bye to her. Male or female, by the way. It could just be a male who like is doing a lot of gossiping, whose words like, you know, cut like a knife, that type of energy. But I feel like this is you leaving. The Two of Wands is you're definitely thinking about the next path, but you're looking at that next, opportunity with optimism. Optimism. Okay. I don't want to make these too long, but I do want to come back and I just want to look at the lovers. With the Ace of Swords, I love the energy they're coming over because I do feel like a lot of us earth signs, like until our own foundation feels strong, we do have a harder time in love or letting go, let's say, and just enjoying it. All right, we have the King of Cups, not a bad king to come out. We have the King of Pentacles. And then we have the Page of Cups. Some of you, well, I mean, we do have the Six of Cups. I was just going to say this could be someone from, um, let's just say your younger years. We have the King of Cups and the King of Pentacles. King Pentacles, King of Pentacles could certainly be you. But let's talk about these two kings. So the King of Cups coming out in the upright, and we're looking at the lovers. So I want to be clear with that. We're looking at the lover. So we're looking at love here. King Cups would be someone who, normally, let's just say in the upright, is a pretty loving soul. This is someone who, well, would be different than you. You know, it's like, I'm trying to think, your opposite is Scorpio. And our opposites give us an opportunity. We need to look at our opposite signs because a lot of times that's what we're lacking. And when we look at that opposite sign, we can help, come to balance, let's say. It's like we all have light, we all have dark. But we also have opposites, right? So I feel like where I may have a harder time expressing my emotions, I feel like Earth is more about showing it. This king is someone who is easily able to express it. Normally, the King of Cups is someone who really enjoys being in a relationship. They like having that special person. I often feel like, something happens during my day. Who's the first person I'm going to call? I'm going to call you. I'm going to call you. And then we have the King of Pentacles. Well, the King of Pentacles, normally, and I know people disagree with this, but it's each has their own experiences. But the King of Pentacles, a couple different things. King of Pentacles looks at the big picture. So maybe I'm looking at my life from the big picture and I'm seeing, okay, where am I discontent at? Where's my boredom lie? And what can I do about it, right? I'll be able to see it if I look at it from the big picture. Now, as this relates to love, the King of Pentacles, I would say, is the most loyal um, king of them all. And I know everybody's got their own experiences. But then I find it interesting with the Page of Cups. So to me, it feels like this is someone's younger energy, which would match that Six of Cups. That's mirroring the Ace of Cups. So Taurus, I feel like you have a lot of things happening here. Even though we opened up with a little bit of difficult energy, not really difficult, because I feel like, again, if there's discontentment in my life, I can always make a change. I just have to be willing to make that change, and then this lovers, because judgment is under it, I feel like this is a good thing. This is a very good thing. Double Gemini, by the way. I don't know if I've been giving signs. I don't even know if it matters. Because I feel like this King of Cups, even if it's a person coming in, it does feel like you're opposite, but don't be afraid of your opposite because you can really help balance each other. And then I feel this king, for some of you, can be the king, but I feel like it's also talking about how you're looking at your life. Like see it from the big picture down, like your spiritual being. And then I feel like this Two of Wands, this decision, am I going to move into this next path, becomes much easier. Okay, I'm going to leave that there. That was a lot of information in a short little reading. I want to remind you, we have really some beautiful cards here, but it does take your action to get there. Like, this isn't about magic, right? This is saying, all right, I am discontent. I need to make a change. Your spiritual team is right there. It's mirroring you and signs. So pay attention to the signs. If there's nothing else you get out of this reading, pay attention to the signs. Okay, let's pick this up. And we are going to go into Virgo. I am a Virgo sun. Had them in order the way I wanted to use them. I'm a Virgo sun, so. All right. I feel like I want to put this back in. Let's reshuffle just in case it wants to come back out again. I don't do that very often, but something's telling me to do that. So I'm gonna. Virgo. When you just flip out of signs, came back out. It's like, what do they call it in bowling? Um, 210 split or something like that. You got a couple. You have hope, which reminds me of the star card. I trust that God has a wonderful solution and brilliant plans in store for me. Hope. Keeping that hope alive. Watched over. One of my favorite cards. I allow myself to feel safe and enjoy my life, knowing that heaven is watching over my loved ones and me. Watched over with hope. And then, hello, present moment. So, in a way, that's kind of like signs because you're being called to the present moment. I am fully present in the here and now. I also, anytime I get this energy, I feel like there's a reason. There's a reason why you're being asked to be present, right? To get out of the past. Don't think too far in the future. Like, just think about the present moment. Keeping hope alive. All right, we are going to use the Universal Tarot. Let's give them a cut. And let's begin. Again, Virgo, Sun, Moon, Rising. You could have planets in the sign of Virgo. Yeah, in one of the readings, I was telling you that my daughter did her birth chart and found out that she has a lot of Virgo. She's a Scorpio, Sun, Aquarius, Moon, but she said she has a lot of Virgo in her chart. So sometimes we just don't know that. It's like, why am I so attracted to like always watching this sign when I don't even have that sign? Maybe you do. All right. First of all, we have the hangman in the awakened state. Okay. I feel like they're all right. Well, they're in the upright, so I guess I got to leave them the way they came. We have judgment, and then your major arcana, our major arcana, the hermit. So it's interesting that we're in the awakened state, but judgment and the hermit are in reverse. Three major arcanas. We have the fool. The fool's being mirrored by the hangman. I feel like for some of you, you are just becoming aware of something, and it almost feels like a spiritual blessing. However, I feel like this is something you definitely deserve at the same time. I feel like the hermit's in reverse because you're coming out of that type of event. Like you're no longer in the dark night of the soul. You're now the fool. That means that you've done some reflection and now you're moving out of that. When I think of the hermit, I don't know why I think of like the hermit going into this dark cave and I'm seeking wisdom. I'm asking the big questions. Well, the hangman is in the awakened state, so I feel like you find those answers. And it's interesting. Judgment may be like it's happening now. Okay, let's keep going. The Fool's about taking a leap of faith, even if you're not sure, right? Like I'm taking it moment by moment in the Fool's energy. But again, this Fool, you know, I feel like has gone through a period of time where, listen, you may have gone through what felt like the dark night of the soul. But I feel like this is you now emerging from that cave. I often feel the hermit can be a great teacher. Um, and especially if like, again, in the awakened state, it just means that, to me, it means that, first of all, I'm living in the present moment. I understand that trying to like predict the future and where I'm going to go, it's not that my intention can't help it, but I still want to live in the present moment. What do we have? The Six of Swords. Six of Swords tells me that you are dealing with some type of toxicity, but that you are moving out of it. If it's talking about a person who was toxic, like you see it, right? There's no denying what's toxic. Let's just put it that way. Sometimes it's our own thought system. Sometimes we're afraid to take a chance. All right. We have the Three of Pentacles. Interesting. And then we go to the Six of Pentacles. And then we have the Star, which relates back to Mother Mary and hope. So, yes, it's a card of Aquarius, but also, how do I love that the Fool is above it? So this talks about some type of what feels like a dream coming about. Why? Well, I feel like there's a couple different reasons. I feel like for many of you, it's like you've been in this energy of giving. Like I give and I give. And I feel like now it's the time for you to receive. I do feel like something you had to learn was who you are uniquely to the world. Your own worth. A lot of people ask me, like, what is my purpose? Your purpose is just to exist. You know what I mean? Your purpose is to allow yourself to experience adventures. Each of us came down here for different reasons, for different lessons. But the Three of Pentacles to me is like the missing piece of the puzzle, and you now being aware of that, like being aware of your importance. I have a feeling that you may have been in a situation again where, like, you were the giver. Six of Pentacles is a very compassionate energy, and that's a good thing, right? But sometimes people can take advantage of that. Now, I don't even know if someone's taking advantage of that or if you're just realizing, like, wait a minute, what is it that, I feel like it's funny how I said, like, a lot of people are like, what is my purpose? I feel like you are figuring that out. Interesting, because I feel like the Fool mirroring the Hangman in the awakened state, it's almost like what's the word I want to use? Like, I go out and, like, I spread the joy, I spread the word, I help those who need help. Why? Because I feel like I've been given some type of help. Let's not forget, Six of Swords is here, so you have to look one card back. That means there was some type of toxicity within your life. Um, someone certainly could have just, like said, like put you down. What's the word I want to use? Like, um, I feel like limited thoughts, like limited, like my energy's being limited. But it feels like it's because of other people, though I have to do my part, and that part is within the Six of Swords. I gotta say no more. I feel like you're doing it because there's the Fool. All right, let's see. It's on the bottom of the deck. Well, hello, Tower. So that's what you're leaving. King of Cups underneath that. Some of you could certainly relate to a Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces. But again, the Tower is connected to them. So I have a feeling that they're part of whatever was toxic to you. All right, we're going to use the crystal vision to go over this. Two sixes. You know what else I love is the star is mirroring the Six of Swords. So it's like I have clarity over what or who has been toxic to me, what's been holding me down, holding me back, right? Stopping me from taking on that fool's energy. Now I understand it, right? And now I feel like you're heading towards some type of a dream. It may just be the beginning of it, but nonetheless, it feels like, it's like fulfillment of wishes again. I feel like some of you are helping those who, um, maybe who are not awake, maybe who are dealing with similar situations that you've dealt with. We have the devil, card of Capricorn. The devil can talk about temptations. If there's energy that you've been tempted towards, let's just say in the past, I feel like this is you now seeing that. Like, okay, I can clearly see that now. Like, the devil can cast illusions, and those illusions can feel very real, but they're not real. So that can take a moment to really understand that. You know what I mean? Sometimes I feel like it can be like, if it's a person, like someone who comes across very charming, until we get connected, and then boom. Now, for some of you, it could certainly just be Capricorn because we are doing Earth. All right, we have Justice, card of Libra. Did come in reverse though. Look at this, Four of Cups. Synchronicities between the signs. Well, I feel like if I was bored or discontent in my life, you're making some changes here. And this tower, I feel like, maybe I didn't ask for the tower, but nonetheless, I feel like down the road, I may say this tower actually saved my life. We have the Knight of Pentacles, your guardian angel. It's like, trust in me. Let's talk about this knight for a second because this is a slow moving knight. This knight's lesson is about patience, right? This knight comes in at the right time. And that right time is just the right time. So when you're ready for it, when you can take what the knight offers and create true abundance for yourself, it is meant to really enhance your life. But again, it's at the right time. And I feel like, what's the right time? Well, the Fool would be the perfect time. And why? Because it means like I have learned from my past, but I'm not going to carry the anger or the hurt or whatever it may be with me moving forward. The Fool takes the wisdom but then lets the rest go. And then the Knight of Pentacles is like, well, that's what we've been waiting for. Just keep going. It's going to be interesting to see if you come up in Capricorn's reading. We have the Seven of Wands, standing your ground. But you know what? I feel like sometimes I gotta learn when it's not worth to stand my ground. And what I mean by that is because this is the energy of movement coming over stand your ground. Yes, stand your ground if you want changes, and go ahead and make those changes because again, it's like writing on the stars, it's your hopes, your dreams, your wishes. So, if anyone's trying to stop that, come in between that. Just don't let that. Don't let it be, right? Again, the awakened state. So I feel like your guides, it's almost like, we don't need signs because you're already at that point where I feel like, as the signs come, you're going to see them. You're going to know them. And again, that Knight of Pentacles bringing in a pentacle is going to enhance your life. So I feel like sometimes we just got to understand, what's worth fighting for and what is just not. We have the Six of Cups again over the Three of Pentacles. I like that. And the reason why I like that is because I feel like in the Three of Pentacles, when any type of person comes over that energy, I feel like, to me, anyways, the way I read it is they are seeing, like, how do I say this? Like, they see your soul. They recognize you. Um, they recognize what it is you can bring to the world, what you can bring to their life, all of that. We have the King of Wands, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, and then look at this. So that Knight of Pentacles says, I'm going to bring in an ace. It's going to come at the right time. Not before, not after. Well, dang it, there's the ace right below it. So it's really showing us the importance of taking on the Fool's energy, free and clear. It's really showing us how, like, we don't want to give up on our dreams, right? Even if they may seem like, how the heck could that even, how, how could it even be possible? Well, let go of exactly how something must look because I feel like with the Knight of Pentacles, delivering the pentacle right here, and it's coming right over the star card, your hopes, your dreams, your wishes. Who cares how it happens? You know what I mean? Um, I'm seeing this king, and I don't know. I'm not really feeling. What did I have under there? King Cups and the Knight of Wands under that. First thing I want to say is energetically, I feel like we're at a stage here where it'd be very hard for someone to pull the wool over your eyes. And you need to know that and trust that. I feel like there does feel like an opportunity to bring something back around. It's almost like I was with someone, but we didn't cut ties completely. And maybe they are coming back around. Maybe you're coming back around. I want to look at this king because I'm not getting a really good sense of who he is. Ten of Pentacles, nice. The Two of Wands, the Two of Pentacles. All right. So this king, um, again, can be an Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, but let's talk about this king's energy. This is a king of action. This is a king who, if something inspires him, he's going to move towards it. And I feel like someone's coming into your life. Again, it feels kind of like Taurus is where it may be opposite type energy. But I don't feel like that's a bad thing. It's interesting the Two of Pentacles is touching the Ace of Pentacles. It's almost like you're questioning whether you should take that ace. But it's coming over the Star card. And it's being mirrored by the Ten of Pentacles. So I feel like there's energy. Maybe it's this King of Cups here who was toxic in some way. Um, I almost get this feeling like they had no problem living like from dark energy. They had no problem with that, but I feel like it's an energy you just can't live with anymore. And it's interesting because even though I feel like there may be something that's coming back around, like where ties weren't completely cut, I do feel like one of these kings, I feel like it's the King of Cups. Again, forget the sign, but I feel like, this king carries the tower, where this king is carrying hope and the Ace of Pentacles and the Ten of Pentacles. So this king feels like it's someone who's coming into your life. And again, it's interesting because this could be someone that you haven't seen in many, many years. But I feel like the ties were never cut. Now, we could have broke up and all that, but it means to me like the love remained, like it remained in my heart. This king feels like that's on the table feels like someone who would be what's the word I want to use? Grounded. I feel like this is someone who has worked hard in their life and has seen the benefit of that. I want to come up and I want to, okay, I was going to say, I want to look at the devil over the hangman in the awakened state. We have the Nine of Wands. All right, and we have the Seven of Swords. And maybe this devil is not Capricorn. Maybe this devil is someone who, because again, the devil can certainly be the energy of temptation. And then you do have the Fool that's mirroring that. So I almost feel like, let's put it this way. With the Seven of Swords over the awakened state, like anything done in the dark will come to the light. I feel like it's like the awareness of that. It's interesting because now I'm starting to feel like, okay, I understand why one king, like why the tower is connected to this king. Because again, it's almost like, did I give my love to everyone else, and not to you? Because I do feel like this king must have carried some type of untrustworthy energy. And again, I get this energy of like feeling comfortable living in like lower type energy, but I don't feel like that's what you want. I don't feel like that's what, I feel the opposite for you. I feel the opposite for you. So that's why the Six of Swords is so important. So this is you, whatever this is, you know it already. Like you have clarity over it. You can't, it's almost like when I realize someone let's just say is cheating on me, I can't unknow that, right? It's like that feeling just doesn't go away. It doesn't mean that two people can't work on it afterwards. And, because people can, but I'm not feeling that here because I'm feeling like this is you moving away from that type of energy. Again, it doesn't even have to be love. Um, but the Six of Cups to me does talk about it feels like the energy, and I love this again coming of the Three of Pentacles. So I feel like it's interesting because I feel like it's someone that you used to know that even though you broke up, I feel like you never completely cut ties. All right, I want to just go right across the middle of this reading. The High Priestess, your intuition, and again, with the Hangman and the Awakened State, trust your intuition. Interesting, the Five of Cups. So, yeah, it's funny because the Five of Cups talks about where our focus is at, and our focus is on what we have lost. Right underneath it is the Six of Cups. So when we change our focus in the Five of Cups, what we find are eventually two cups. Soulmate type energy. Well, the Knight of Pentacles is here again. Your guardian angel. So and again, I can't come in until it's the right time, and the right time was being in the Fool's energy. But again, the Fool's completely aware and awakened. So I'm no longer going to take the toxicity of I feel like of this person underneath the tower, and I'm going to make my own changes. I want you to notice again how the Knight of Pentacles doesn't come until the Fool is already out on the table. And then the Knight delivers exactly what it says it's going to deliver, the Ace of Pentacles. And that ace is really meant to enhance your life. And it's that ace is coming right over the star, your hopes. So something is coming to fruition, but let me tell you, it's because you did the work. I could have been in a relationship with someone else, but chances are I feel like if it's recent, it doesn't feel like it felt good, like it was good. Because I feel like there's probably, again, someone else on your mind because I feel like there were ties that just weren't cut. It doesn't mean that we didn't break up, but I feel like the love didn't, the love didn't die. Look at that. Four of Wands. Hello. This is about commitment. So there's someone who is ready and willing to make a commitment to you. Doesn't mean you have to, right? Because it is mirrored by the High Priestess, so I think you'll know. But hello, Knight. To me, this is the most beautiful love card because everybody in there, they come together, but they come together because they want to spend the rest of their life together. Now, that doesn't promise us that that's what will happen, right? Because again, free will, obstacles, but I feel like in this energy, these people work together. Like if there's challenges that come before us, we take it on together, not separately. So, hmm, I think I'm going to leave it there, Virgo. Um, Again, this just feels like, ties that were not cut. Maybe they were not meant to be cut. And then it does feel like it's coming back around. And I know a lot of people get upset when I am like, you're always saying love's coming back around. Well, it doesn't even have to be in this lifetime. But I do feel like it's this lifetime. I feel like, again, because just because I broke up with someone doesn't mean I stopped loving him, and vice versa. We probably went and did our own thing, had our own lives, but then, well. It's divine energy that's bringing this back together. And again, the Knight of Pentacles, I come at the right time with the Fool's energy, right? I'm back in the present moment. Mother Mary, stay in that present moment. This is where your signs are. Okay, I'm going to let that be. And we will be moving on to Capricorn. Capricorn, I'm going to use the Tarot of Dreams for you. And I'm going to use the Cosmic Tarot to do any clarifying. But I want to pull your Mother Mary. So let's reshuffle. All right. Let's give him a cut. Again, Capricorn, Sun, Moon, or Rising. You may have planets in the sign of Capricorn. First of all, miracle. Hello. We'll take it. I trust in God to know the perfect solution to this situation. I trust in God to know the perfect solution to this situation. A miracle. Again, another reason to be in the present moment. And then faith. They kind of go hand in hand. I have faith in God to heal this situation. So it's like, like I pray and now prayers are being answered. Miracle and faith. All right. Let's give the Tarot Dreams a couple shuffles. Not want to come up. Well, hello, Knight of Cups. Unexpected couple fulfillment. It did not want to come up. So wanted to be seen. Okay, what a way to start your reading. Unexpected couple fulfillment. But then I worry about it. Nine of Swords, a lot of worry. The meaning of the card is unnecessary worry. That's something we've got to keep in mind. It does speak about unnecessary worry. It's almost like I'm I'm fearful that love might even find me, type of thing. But I feel like, but you want it at the same time. Now, doesn't have to be love. It's a cup of fulfillment. But a lot of times I feel like the Knight of Cups does speak of love. What you want to think about in the Nine of Swords is if I don't look at like what is this worry, because again, unnecessary, and what is it causing? Like it causes sleepless nights, it can cause depression. It's going to show itself somehow, some way through the body. She's looking right over at that night, so there's a fear here. Um, and I guess it doesn't matter how many times I say it's unnecessary. You're the one who has to realize that. Nine always wants you to reflect upon it. But remember, nines are about final reflection. Not like something like, okay, I'm going to reflect for 9 years. No, reflect on the last 9 years. We have the star. How interesting. So the star again, card of Aquarius, by the way. How interesting. You have the star and the Knight of Cups mirroring each other right now. And it's kind of a bummer that the Nine of Swords is in between it. Some of you are just fearful of love. Though I feel like at the same time, it's like it's really what you want. But just because I want it doesn't mean I'm not fearful of it. Tell us more. What's going on here? Seven of Swords. Okay. So someone cheated on you um in the past, and that's where your fear is coming from. Of course you don't want to repeat that. You don't want that type of energy again. Of course, it makes totally sense, right? Seven of Swords is untrustworthy energy. But the beautiful energy that's coming up between the swords, the Knight of Cups and then the star, I've got to find a way. I guess what I could say here is I don't feel like this seven, who's ever in the Seven of Swords, I don't feel like it's them. You know what I mean? I feel like this is the remnants of them. And that's what's playing out in my head. It's like this is the energy maybe I have not cleared yet. And it's hard to clear it, right? Because it hurts. I mean, I feel like it's one of the most painful things in life is when someone does that to you. But listen, doesn't mean that it's over. I feel like it's over with that. All right, let's keep going. Interesting. Some of you can even be yourself. Like, can I be trustworthy in love? I feel like with the right person, of course you can be. But let's keep going. Six of Swords, the Chariot, card of Cancer. It speaks of unlimited potential. Five of Wands, under the star. Interesting. The Nine of Cups, under the Seven of Swords. Seven of Cups. And then the Four of Pentacles. All right, let's just put them like this. And let's see what's on the bottom of the deck right away. Judgment. Okay, rebirth. Present moment, and then a rebirth. Let's not forget what Mother Mary sent us. Miracle, I trust in God to know the perfect solution for this situation. Faith, I have faith in God to heal this situation. So, with that all in mind, and then judgment. Look at that Five of Cups underneath. I find it interesting because I feel like sometimes we miss people who have done us wrong, who have really done us wrong. And I feel like that's a temporary energy. It's like, you know, until I understand, like, here I am spending all this time, missing someone who wasn't faithful to me anyways. I feel like, I've got to see that. I've got to understand that. I've got to break that cycle of the Nine of Swords. The Nine of Swords is the difficult energy here. I don't feel like the Seven of Swords still exist. I feel like because Judgment is here and there's a rebirth about to take place, that this Seven of Swords must be old energy, but it's still living within your thought system. So the Six of Swords would make sense, right? Like they were toxic. So why am I carrying the energy around? They cheated on me. So why am I carrying the negativity around? Right? Why am I carrying the hardship when it really belongs to them? And I feel like the Six of Swords, again, it's that realization of who and what's been toxic to you is mirrored by the Nine of Cups, inner harmony. So we're flipping out this nine, the Nine of Swords, and we're going to turn it into the Nine of Cups. Hopefully. I hope. And I say that because you do have the Seven of Cups here. So, just like anything, it is up to you to say yay or nay to a situation. Um, and it's interesting also that we have the Five of Wands, which let me just, the Five of Wands is like catty corner to the Seven of Swords. So let's talk about that just for a second. So, Seven of Swords, it means deception and envy. Um, it just does. There's really no other way to explain it. Someone who takes more than they need. They take more than their fair share. This is someone who would have no problem like taking someone's ideas and claiming them as their own, whatever, what have you. And then being angled by the Five of Wands, well, that's a lot of ego type energy. And maybe I gave it the good old fight. Maybe I tried to get change. But in the Five of Wands, it's not going to happen. Five of Wands is like battling type energy where nobody wants to back down. So I feel like there's only one solution here, and that is to leave it. Leave this energy in the past. I know it's not easy. I know that. But in the same breath, it's what has to happen. Because if it doesn't happen, I feel like, I feel like you get stuck in this energy, which doesn't feel very comfortable. Again, this is about finding inner harmony within yourself. But don't forget, there's a miracle that wants to take place. But I feel until I can move out of that Nine of Swords energy, and I remember that it's unnecessary worry. So I feel like the Knight of Cups is bringing some type of fulfillment towards you. Well, the Nine of Cups speaks about fulfillment of wishes, right? But first, I have to let go of, again, what has not been serving me. You only have one five here, and that is the Five of Wands. So again, it's like, battling type energy. But if I'm expecting an apology, I just don't think you're going to get it. And then I also feel like, do I even need it? I don't feel like you need it. Um, because I feel like let it go on and let them go on and be someone else's problem. And I feel bad when I say that because I feel bad for the next person in line. I have a feeling this is just someone who just naturally in their energy, and when I feel that, it usually means to me that like it has a lot to do with like how they grew up and just the lifestyle that they chose. Like I took the easy road, didn't want to put in the work type of energy, and so I take it elsewhere. I take it elsewhere because maybe I can't create it for myself. Well, that's their problem. Because I do feel like you've got to let go of their problem, and start thinking about you here. Like, I want to move you out of that Nine of Swords energy more than anything. And I feel like when you do that, when you understand, and sometimes we got to look at these people in the Seven of Swords energy and understand that, it's hard not to take it personally. I get that. But I do feel like this is someone who's probably done it before you and is going to do it after you. They need to have their own awakening. But I don't feel like this is your job. Like your job is not to help them evolve. They've got to do that on their own. And in the meantime, you got to get back to living your life. So the chariot, beautiful energy of again unlimited potential. Um, but it does feel like your potential has been robbed for a little bit. But listen, your dreams never went anywhere. They never went anywhere. They just may have been clouded. It's almost like a dark cloud was put over them, kind of hidden. I feel like this person put that dark cloud over and kind of hid like your dreams. But here they are, front and center. All right, let's bring in the Cosmic Tarot and let's get into it. Give it one more shuffle. Okay, why does that keep happening? Look at that, the Nine of Swords. Wrong deck, though. Wrong deck. Putting that back. All right, let's look at the top line. We have the Ace of Swords. Okay, some type of communication. Six of Pentacles. Eight of Pentacles. Justice. Card Libra. But it is about cutting ties, and justice is in the upright here. Prince of Pentacles. Four of Cups. Everyone's gotten the Four of Cups, which is interesting. I think everyone's gotten the Six of Pentacles too. Anyways, Five of Swords. Look at that. Five of Swords right over the Five of Wands. The Devil. There's your card. Over the Nine of Cups. And then the Three of Cups. Okay. Everything wanted to come out at once. So let's take a moment and let's read this. Okay. First of all, I feel like you have been dealing, and this feels like the theme for everyone. Like, I feel like you've been dealing with some, listen, somebody cheated on you. Someone was untrustworthy. They didn't have to cheat, but they were untrustworthy. Justice stands to me. It feels like the cutting of ties. Like, literally, I feel like these ties need to be cut completely, 100% cut them. And it's talking to you. You know what I mean? And I feel like when you cut those ties, then you can really find this inner harmony within yourself. The Five of Swords coming over that Five of Wands. Again, if I'm expecting an apology from this person, I don't think I'm going to get it. But I don't even think I really need it. Because the Five of Swords, we already have the Six of Swords. So this is you moving out of that energy. Also, what's interesting is the Four of Cups, just the contentment and boredom, right? Connected to that Nine of Swords, but also connected to the Chariot. Six of Pentacles is connected to the Nine of Swords. So to me, that says a little bit about your energy. And, again, you may have been like the giver. The Six of Pentacles is finding that fine art of give and take. It is a very charitable and empathetic type of energy. And therefore, I can tend to give more than I receive. And listen, sometimes that's called for, but ultimately, we find you discontent. in this energy. And I mean, yes, I 100% understand why you would be discontent in this energy. It does feel like someone's energy was very toxic to you. I feel like not just toxic, but like I feel like their communication was bad. I feel like I almost feel like I was used type of energy. But I do want to say that is your past and it sucks. You know what I mean? But this is not about that. This is about where you have the potential of going once I let that go. Once I understand that I don't have to stay in that energy. Um, I feel like this Knight of Cups is like, I feel like part of your, like, this was so difficult that having love again just may not be something I'm interested in. But nonetheless, I feel like again, this cup comes in, it's unexpected. You do have a miracle, right? A miracle is coming, it's telling you to keep your faith alive. Um, so the Ace of Swords, I feel like, is some type of communication. It could be this Prince of Pentacles down here. Or this can even be your younger energy. It's like you're moving back into your younger energy, which I feel is good. Like your inner child type energy, which means that you are going to allow yourself to have new opportunities and new chances, right? And you're not going to allow like the people who hurt us and were untrustworthy to affect us any longer. Like our future depends on us. It depends on how we, like, what are we doing today? What seeds are we planting? If we're not planting any seeds, then how are we going to have a harvest? You know what I mean? So, if I am unhappy in my life, then I really have to see what can I do about it? How can I make changes? The Eight of Pentacles is there, so the Eight of Pentacles coming over the star. You could talk about even moving into creative house. That may be a great place for you to like, instead of like carrying that unnecessary worry. I'm gonna what's the word I want to use? I'm gonna um mm, I'm going to take that energy and instead I'm going to put it in my creative house. I'm going to let my creative juices come alive. And I feel like when we do that, everything starts to change. You know what I mean? Like when we allow our creative juices to fly, it's just like, I feel like everything starts to flow again. Now, this is saying that it is going to be up to you. But I feel like this is old energy to be honest. But if this is current for you, it is going to be up to you to end this cycle. Because it does feel like a cycle. Like, and what I mean, like it would be a repeating cycle. I don't feel like this person in the Seven of Swords is sorry. I feel like it's just who they are. And I do not feel like, like if you feel that your job is here to help change them. That's not it. It's not it. People have got to be responsible for themselves. And we've got to learn not to, like, put our lives on hold waiting for someone to grow up, let's say. No. Why? Because you have energy here of not just unlimited potential, but you do have the Knight of Cups. So there is a cup of fulfillment coming in, ready or not, want it or not. It's coming in. You do have the option of saying no, of course. But with the Three of Pentacles down here, I feel like this is you saying yes. This feels like a celebration. I just want to come up to the Ace of Swords and the Knight of Cups real quick. I want to know whatever else I can know, whatever else we can know. We'd like to know. We have the Eight of Swords, self-created prison. So you can see what this person's energy has done. Not only does it put you in extreme worry, as it probably relates to love, it's also caused you create this prison. This is where I feel like I need to protect myself through these walls. And as you really learn tarot, I think the Empress is the best example of saying, I'm learning from these challenges. And what I'm learning is it is my energy that is going to detect if someone is good, bad, truthful, honest, liar, you know what I mean? Like that type of energy. Like and again, that's another reason why I need to be present. Clarity of mind. You know, sometimes the truth isn't great, but the truth at the same time can set you free. So you definitely have a block here as it relates to love. The star again. Look at this. The Prince of Cups and the Prince of Swords. This could be different people. It's interesting how we have three princes down here. Prince of Pentacles, Prince of Cups, Prince of Swords. The star above it, star right above the Prince of Swords. So for some of you could talk about Aquarius as energy. But really what I feel like this is saying, if we look at these three princes, first of all, I feel one is you, male or female, doesn't matter. I just feel like it's your younger energy. Um, I feel like you've been, like, your life has been shaken up a bit. And I feel like now what you need to do is start thinking about you again. I do feel like someone's going to come in and communicate. And again, even though I'm fearful of it, here comes that star again, right? Here's that star. So even if I'm fearful of something, doesn't mean I don't want it. That's even more reason to look at this energy, right? Like, because I feel like the Knight of Cups is coming, ready or not, want it or not. I do feel like you want it. But at the same time, I feel like you are throwing block after block in front of it. I just want to go a little further. Mother Mary says there's a miracle coming. And then you have the Knight of Cups. Look at this temperance, divine timing. Temperance's lesson is about patience, but also about learning how to let go of control. Like the things that I cannot control, instead of allowing myself to sit in a state of worry, I'm going to try to find a way to let it go. And sometimes I feel like divine is waiting on us. You know what I mean? Like, what? Like, I feel like this Knight of Cups is coming again, whether I want it or not, though I do feel you want it, whether I'm ready or not, maybe is the right answer. So sometimes I feel like divine is waiting on us. I often feel when temperance shows up, it means that a soulmate is on its way. I don't know why. I don't know if I've ever said that before, but I feel that all of a sudden. Card of Sagittarius, by the way, but divine timing. And Capricorn, I'll be honest, I feel like the universe is waiting on you. It's not you waiting on the universe, though you may feel you're waiting on the universe. Um, I want you to look at this in a different way. I want you to think, like, okay, what is this cup? Well, this cup is coming in. Okay. So this cup is coming in, but I'm still carrying the energy of the past. And it's affecting me, right? It's affecting me within my sleep, within my anxiety, all that. It affects me in a negative way. I need to be aware of that. I also need to be aware of any self created prisons because that's like a block. It's almost like when this night comes in, like it automatically you're saying no to it. When I feel in your heart you want to say yes. And I feel like ultimately you do. But that's why you want to look at this energy, the Five of Swords, the Five of Wands. If I'm expecting someone up here to change, I don't think it's going to happen. I know it's not going to happen. And I don't feel like it's your job to make them change, by the way. I feel like this is you cutting ties. This could even be karmic. You know, this could have been a karmic lesson. And karmic lessons are difficult. But man, once you learn them forever. You know, I've seen karma play out. My ex-husband used to cheat on me all the time, probably nightly. I don't know, all the time. And then when we broke up, he fell in love with someone and she cheated on him and it broke his heart. And that broke my heart because even though I was done with him, you know, he was still the father of my children. It did break my heart to see his heart broken, but I also knew that that was karma playing out right in front of me. Not for me. It was his own karma. I just so happened to be able to see it. Now, that's not the first time I've seen karma play out. And that's what I'm saying here. I mean, that's the only reason I'm bringing it up is because, you know, let divine take care of those who couldn't take care of you. And open yourself up to the potential of what just might be. Miracle. Well, you can't really expect a miracle. The Knight of Cups, unexpected. But then Temperance, all in divine timing, my child. Like, like again, this ace or this knight, I feel this Knight of Cups is coming in, bringing in a couple fulfillment, ready or not. I do feel like it's coming in. I feel like this is like giving you time. You know, it doesn't mean like instantly, but I do feel like this is saying if you can quickly, I don't know why I'm saying quickly. Maybe something's going to happen quickly. But the more you can understand like what hasn't been serving you and how other people have taken, you know, it's like someone has taken space in your head and in your heart. Well, what right did they have, right? Kick them out of your head, kick them out of your heart so that your heart can be open for the right type of energy. I feel like someone can love you, maybe like you've never been loved before. Yet I also feel the energy of someone who you loved, who, listen, it could have been all fun and games in the beginning, but I don't feel like it lasted. Allow yourself to have a new beginning. Allow yourself to put down the walls. Allow yourself to understand that it's not your job to fix anyone. And I don't feel like anyone who's coming in towards you needs fixing anyway. Doesn't mean they're perfect, because none of us are perfect. But Temperance is the one who's got control of this. Over and over, you have the Star and the Miracle. Hello. Am I going to celebrate it or am I going to push it away? I feel like ultimately I have to leave that in your hands. Okay, I'm going to let that be. What a mixture. I feel like, you know, I feel like the three readings were pretty similar. And I feel like everyone's got something like something to look forward to. But I do feel like everyone's got a little bit of homework to do also, if homework is the right word. Anyways, guys, I want to thank you. Um, I'm going to do these. I don't know who I'm going to do next. Wands, water, or air. But we'll get all four done. And let me know what you think. Let me know if you like the readings like this because I'll do them more often. I don't know what made me just break them down, but I did, and I'll timestamp them. All right, I'm going to stop talking. I love you guys. Thank you. Um, just thanks for being part of my family. By the way, those that were on the lives, what day did we go live? Wednesday. I just want to say thank you. I had a great time. We'll do it again. Make sure you got that bell pushed so that you'll get any notifications when I go live. I don't go on live with the intention of donations, though I appreciate donations, but that's not why I do it. I also have a membership program where we do go deep. You know what I mean? Like, there's not a lot of us, and I like it that way, and we go deep. So, we go as deep as spirit allows us to go. So a lot of different options. But anyway, I thank you for those who showed up for the live. I thank you for being part of my channel, everyone. And I thank you for your comments. Also, I thank you for your donations, keeping my channel alive. I couldn't do it without you. I know that. Anyways, I'm going to stop talking now. I love you guys. I'll see you next time at our table. Bye bye.